Uh-oh, what happened?
This is what happens when you let Matthew undo your tools for cleaning, and he undoes the wrong bolt.
So you were trying to clean?
So I was cleaning my sprayer and I asked him to undo it. So when I went to spray, it backfired all over me, and he thinks it's hilarious. And obviously so do you, Bethany.
Obviously so do I.
Thank you. But if you look up, I've just finished painting the coving. So it had a layer of sealant on it, which wasn't very white. So I did a thin colour of white emulsion. So once that's dried and I'm cleaned up, I can get some gold up there.
I see you've started painting the mirror.
No, that's the gesso.
Has that worked?
Yeah, it's nice and smooth now.
Ah. I don't actually think we've showed you like trying this, but let's actually see
Well,
what it finished out like.
coats.
And a ladder to get to the top.
But next week they're coming to start building the fireplace.
Voila. How do they look colour-wise?
Well, they should be the same.
Good. Okay, because that's your department. Right, so I'll pop these back on now. Now that they're all sanded, and you've filled them and painted them.
Wood hardener, filled, primed, 2 coats of colour. Adrian sanded down the frames, but I'm not sure about whether they should be painted or oiled at the moment, so I've just told him to leave them.
Yeah, we can always come back to that, can't we, darling?
Come back to it in a later date when we've decided. We don't want to rush into it.
Well, if you paint them and hate it,
It's too late.
none of us are going to sand it again, are we? I do like the natural colour though. Anyhow, that's your department, and I'll pop these back in, and then we'll do when the sun's gone round, we'll consider putting a primer or something on the top part of the dove house.
Well, Adrian's just putting the doors up. I've got 2 other jobs on the go. More cobbles. These aren't so bad as what my mum tackled when she was here, because I'd already done them last year. And the beautiful work she did on the slope, as you've seen before. And I've just got another trench soaking in water, ready for some more tomatoes, because these have sent off shoots. Some of them have already got roots. Did I say tomatoes? I meant strawberries. Some of them have got roots, so I'm going to put them in the ground, pin them down with some hair grips so the birds don't take them away. And hopefully this whole bed will be strawberries next year. We didn't get much off them this year because they were new plants. But hopefully next year an abundance of strawberries, just like the tomatoes. Doors are up, well done, darling. You pleased with that?
Yes, I think it didn't take long to do that. Well, it took long for you to paint it and me sand it and do that. What a difference. What's the difference? Oh, we've got a cat on the lurking zone.
Tia's been really naughty. She brought us a baby rabbit this morning in bed. Dead. So
She's in the bad books.
she's in the bad books because I've found more baby rabbits down in the secret garden. So we've run around the garden a few times to chase them away so that she can come out for a little bit.
That was the problem, isn't it? We can't keep her indoors forever, but we just got to keep an eye on her. At the same time, we got the cyclists coming through as well, through the grounds.
Anyway, the doors are up top. Their colour is the same. Same tin of paint, just a year apart.
Hasn't faded in the tin. Well, it does make a difference actually. I know it's subtle, but it does. So now we need to finish off above. I'm going to go up and finish off what Matt and Beth didn't finish, sanding the top part, and then we'll look at when the sun's gone round, putting just first coat of primer on.
We'll see.
You keep saying that.
If the sun's not in the front, it means it's on my pool.
Right, today it's raining. Great day. Never been so happy to actually have rain. We're going to, Matt and I are going to decide we're going to sort these doors out. Carol's in the salon at the moment. I'm outside getting wet. She's in designer mode, so she's playing with some colours and a few ideas in the salon. And trust me, when she's in that sort of mode, she's best left on her own. I mean, in fact, the chateau's not even big enough, really. So we just keep away, let her do her bit. And then when we get the flag, then we know we can come back in. So we're going to sort this door out. I think at the end of the day, I've had a good look at it. It really is rotten so bad that I think we're going to have to do new timbers. So we'll have a play with that. See if we can get the original fixings off at least, and then get that all put back together, hopefully later today. And then quietly ask if Carol can actually give it some paint, etc. That's her department, but we'll update you. Right, this is one of the doors we're going to remove the fixings from. We've taken one off earlier. The sort of condition they're in, if I show you.
Not good.
Not brilliant, no, they're not. But they work. They're steel, they're rusty. They've seen better days. As far as I'm concerned, they're plenty good enough, and they're original. So we've got that one off the bottom. I'm gonna have to try and get these off, even if it means angle grinding the nuts and bolts off, and then we can put fresh ones of those in. But if I can, we're also going to try and keep the original latch that's on here, but it might need a bit of work on it. But let's have a go. Well, slowly coming off. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to keep those. I'll replace those. Put some stainless steel ones maybe in, actually, like I've done with the main doors on the garage.
Coming off better than expected.
They are, but I've got a horrible feeling that sounds like the other side's turning, Matt. Which is what we didn't want, but we might be able to clamp that.
As I'm told the fireplace will be rebuilt next week, I thought that I should really concentrate on the patch above. I have been putting it off for quite some time, so I'm going back to this crown up here and see how much of that we need repairing, and then I'll finish the gesso off on the mirror. I have just done a pearl bead across above the crown. We're still debating whether it should be pearl, gold, but we're gonna think about that for a few days. It's best if we come back to it. Close up of the crown above the fireplace. I have discovered, while I've been looking at it carefully, that it is coated in gesso as well. Oh, and look, my room is being invaded.
We're moving in.
As if I haven't got enough to work around, you're going to lay out planks on the floor.
Right.
For what reason?
We're going to glue them up, leave them, and crack on with getting the fixings off the other one. But it's a good way of keeping them square.
So these are the new doors for the coach house.
Right, which one first, Matt? Oh, that one. That's an end. There's
one of those.
So if we do that.
Why have you bought wood with grooves in it?
Decking wood, cheaper. Get into the groove.
So the grooves will be on the inside, so I don't have to look at them.
Yeah.
And this time you're going to glue every single piece of cladding together?
No. Of course we are.
And use the original hinges and all the locks and attachments that are already on.
Touch wood. If we get them off, we're hoping, yes. Yeah, it will make our life a lot easier because they don't actually do 20mm diameter hinge bolts anymore. They're 16. So yes, hopefully.
Where's the glue then?
That's glue department. We're wood department. Glue department, we need glue. Right, so Matt's managed to get the hinges off the doors. Bit of a challenge, but we got there eventually. They're not too bad. I mean, I can reuse them. What I'm going to do is just give them a good sanding down. I've got a wire brush, as you can see there, various attachments just to get in there. And then we'll clean them up. Perhaps we'll give them a paint later on, but we'll get them back on the doors because we need to get them back up in place. Hopefully they'll look all right. Beth.
You've got such a dust moustache.
This is my new look.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm doing absolutely nothing now. I've built Mum some new doors. Carol's painted the knots, which she'll explain in a minute. Before then, she puts a primer down and the rest. But yeah, we've managed to get the hinges on. Oh dear. As you can see, so they're all in the right place. We've hung them up, all sitting nice and square.
Are they from the original door?
They're from the original door. Hopefully I'll get some of the fixings off tomorrow and we get the doors hung. Ooh. Over to you, darling. Will we get the doors hung tomorrow, or do you think...
Oh, let's see. What
Your
time
time.
is it now? 8 o'clock at night.
It's probably 9
It's
o'clock now,
probably
actually.
later, yeah.
Right, can you explain to people why there's screws sticking out?
Just so I could make sure I had it in the right place, the hinges, when I hung it in this square, because the framework's not brilliant, the original framework. Then I can put the bolts through properly.
So is that bad that Mum's painting them?
No, because the bolts go through there. But,
Right.
But if I'd actually drilled them out, they're like 10mm diameter holes and they weren't in the right place. So if I got it in the wrong place, which I'm unlike because I don't get things wrong, but if I had, you'd have only had to fill 2mm holes, not 10mm
Your
holes.
moustache is hilarious.
Anyhow, so yes, you're getting the primer down on both of them tonight.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we are cooking, aren't we? Well done, darling. Doing the night shift, are we? I've even had to put the floodlight on to see you.
I just remembered that last time I painted them in the dark, I said I'd never paint in the dark again.
And
Because I miss so much.
and what are you doing? Well, it's not dark, is it?
I
But
think the reason I can't see is my glasses are so dusty.
take them off.
Ooh, oh God, you're ugly.
I've always been ugly. You don't need glasses. She's so nasty, isn't she, everyone? God. All right, in that case, then I'm going to go and have dessert and leave you painting if you're going to be that nasty.
I'm also a little bit annoyed that you don't have the right bolts to finish this.
It's all right. They'll be resolved. Don't worry. We can go and buy some bolts, but we can still hang them tomorrow with the temporary will
You
have done.
can, because when I get up in the morning, this will be my first job. I'll be ready for a second coat, and then it is over to you.
Okay.
Back to you.
Back to me, yeah. Back forth, back forth.
Just wanted to show you where I've been sanding. You can actually see some of the original gold. And I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but that's a really bright, shiny gold that's on there. All the dust that's coming off, and these bits are gold as well. I have to be so careful because they just keep all falling off. And I've just realised, looking at this, my toothbrush has changed colour. It's now pink, which means that Adrian's been using this, because there's no way I would have used my toothbrush. You can see there's not much left here. And it's going to take me quite some time to replace all of these. I have started moulding some of these details here because they were the easiest bits. I managed to find a full one, but not much left to go by. So it might have to be a case of finding some ready-made ones that look similar.
Oh look, you can see my reflection.
Oh, so beautiful. Oh, you're looking at me. So I'm just putting the first coat of gesso on this top of the mirror frame. I've nearly run out though. The stupid thing is, I've forgotten how to make it. So I'm actually going to have to watch my own YouTube video to find out how I made it.
Do you have any idea at all?
Yes, I just can't remember the quantities.
Oh, right. Well, it's a good thing you recorded it then. So what else are you using the gesso for other than the mirror?
Oh, well, I discovered that all this detailing is actually covered with gesso, so I'm just touching a few bits off that's fallen off.
Oh.
And then I can fill the cracks as well. and then do it gold.
Cool.
But which gold? I've got so many different golds now. I've just got to decide which one is appropriate and ties up with the pelmet above the windows. Obviously they're covered at the moment where I was spraying. Do you remember at school when you had the teachers painting on the whiteboard saying, whoa!
Oh god.
My pointy stick's not long enough to get there. So, right, we've been trying different golds and techniques on the trims up here. As you can see, this gold here, which is what I thought I would be using, I was really excited to get, is the same as this one, but we have decided it's too bold. Do you not think?
I agree. It's too dark. It stands out too much, and I think it washes out the other details that are in white. I think because it's so bold, it means it kind of takes your eyes away from everything else.
So we then tried this gold here, which is an opaque gold, but it's too yellow. So we then tried the pearl here, which I thought looked really pretty, and it's on these bits here.
It does look pretty. I don't know if it will show up on camera. You can see it in person, but it's quite subtle.
I then tried the pearl here in a solid colour and here in a wash, but you can't really see it, and added some bits of the gold onto the flowers, but that's very insignificant. That's just a completely waste of time. Going back to these, this is another gold I'm trying, an antique gold, which is just acrylic paint, which seems to be the favourite at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just a case of trial and error. And over here, you can see that I did a whole trim of pearl balls across the fireplace to see what it looked like.
I'll be honest with you, Mum, I don't think you can see it on camera. I really don't. Don't think it shows up. They'll be able to tell us, but I can't see the difference on your phone.
And I've just put the first coat of gesso on the mirror frame. So we'll wait for that to dry and give it a light sand and put another coat on. I'll have to build that up probably. It's quite thick, this mixture I've just made, so maybe 5-6 layers, but we'll see.